What's going on, guys? So Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection just got a fresh update, and this one is actually pretty nice if you have been playing it a lot, especially if you care about online matches and a bunch of little quality of life stuff. The big new convenience feature is the ability to swap the confirm and cancel buttons in the controller settings, which is the kind of thing that sounds minor until you realize how often people run into button layout preferences across regions and old habits. Capcom also says the update is required to keep using the online features. So, jumping into battles or anything network related, this is not the kind of patch you can just ignore. And that is where this update starts to feel more important than just a simple bug fix list. The main menu side of things got some cleanup, including a fix for the Star Force 2 music menu where two tracks were getting mixed up. That means if you were browsing the soundtrack and wondered why the wrong songs were showing up for 07 Wave Square and 29 Network, yeah, that should be sorted now. There were also fixes for certain awards not unlocking the way they should. Plus, the English text for one award was updated, so it now actually matches the real unlock condition. That kind of thing might seem tiny on the surface, but for people trying to chase completion, those mismatches can be super annoying. The online side gets a useful fix too. There was an issue where matchmaking could hang while connecting for a network battle, and that has been addressed. So if you ever started a match and just sat there waiting for the game to figure itself out, that should be a much less frustrating experience now. It is the sort of thing that does not sound dramatic in a patch note, but in practice, it means the difference between actually getting a match going and feeling like the game is fighting you before the battle even starts. Then you get into the game specific fixes, and this is where the update really shows some love for the trilogy. In Mega Man Star Force, the class review mail could get deleted under certain circumstances, which is fixed now. The truck comp bug that kept the platforms and lanes red even after restoring the bull programs has also been cleaned up, and the weird situation where attacking a Zap Ace virus could send it outside the battle area is gone too. On top of that, there were miscellaneous text fixes, which usually means a mix of small localization or display issues got polished up behind the scenes. Star Force 2 gets a pretty solid list as well. The Bat Review mail deletion issue is fixed, and there is a correction for the double cross battle card, where an opponent could still pull off a cut in against the card that was stolen. That sounds like one of those rare interactions that could really mess with a run if it happened at the wrong time. There is also a fix for the attack power display bug tied to the Tribe King bonus card, where battle cards could show a negative number, which is wild when you think about it. And for players going after every hidden bit of content, the counter for defeated DX bosses now works properly after beating Apollo Flame DX, so the mail for defeating all DX bosses will finally arrive as intended. Star Force 3 gets a bunch of attention too. Search I now behaves better, since the search target will no longer get overwritten unintentionally when you use it. A certain noise wave now opens correctly when the language is set to English, which is one of those fixes that sounds simple but probably saves people a lot of confusion. The Meteor server access issue tied to noise level over 200% has been fixed, even when Mega Man is not in a noise form. There is also a fix for the weird interaction between the warning bell soundtrack and the encounter rate setting, where OO bosses could fail to appear if encounters were disabled or maxed out. That one sounds especially annoying because it is the sort of bug that can make you think the game is working one way when it is really just tripping over itself. And of course, the patch also wraps up with more miscellaneous text fixes. So overall, this is one of those updates that feels very targeted in a good way. It is not trying to reinvent anything, and it is not adding some huge new mode or overhauling the whole collection. What it does is tighten up the experience, fix a few frustrating bugs, and make the online side more reliable, which matters a lot for a collection like this. For a lot of players, the best patches are the ones you notice because the annoying stuff is finally gone. And that is exactly the vibe here. Between the button swap option, the online requirement, and all the little fixes across Star Force 1, 2, and 3, this is the kind of update that makes the collection feel a lot more cared for than it did before.